Welcome back to another great episode of the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Of course, you know I am the man on the street.
Tim Dog from Be More Careful.
And the mad professor in the booth.
But man, it was a slow week, man, in sports. But it was a crazy weekend this Saturday. It was a sad situation. I don't know if your brother saw this, man, but I want us to talk about this just a little bit.
When reports emerged that 3 ex-college players and high school friends had passed away in a car crash, among them NFL player Kyrie Jackson. Jackson, a former Oregon cornerback, was drafted in the 4th round by the Minnesota Vikings in the 2024 NFL Draft. He was 24 years old. Former Maryland and UNC Charlotte player Isaiah Hazel, 23, and ex-Penn State player Anthony A.J. Litton, 24, were also killed in the crash.
The Charger was struck by a woman driving the silver Infiniti as she tried to change lanes while traveling at a high rate of speed. The preliminary investigation shows the Charger went off the road into several tree stumps and ended up on a service road adjacent to the highway. The driver was 23-year-old Isaiah Hazel of Upper Marlboro. 24-year-old Kyrie Jackson of Waldorf was the front seat passenger. Both died at the scene. 24-year-old Anthony Litton, a backseat passenger, died later at a hospital.
Man, that's just a crazy situation, man. Lady tried to pass them on the road. You know how we be on the road and somebody tried to pass and, of course, caused an accident. She actually hit somebody else, and I guess they tried to veer out the way and ran off the road into some tree stumps. And y'all saw that car. Oh, my goodness. Man, it's just a crazy situation. Matt Professor, your thoughts?
Honestly, this is one of the stories that I don't care to read a lot because, I mean, dude was just drafted.
Yes.
Hanging with his friends, celebrating before they go to training camp, and the sad thing is they weren't doing anything wild.
Exactly.
They were just going home from not even partying and drinking like you would expect youngsters to do. They were just hanging. Right. They were just hanging. And like I said, it's kind of sad, man. I feel for their families. And I did hear somebody say, "Man, I feel for their families. They just lost a football player or an athlete in the family that was going to bring the family out of this and that." But you think they worried about that?
Yeah, and that just like I posted a video and I talked about it as well. And somebody say the N word driving fast. Man, what kind of sense does that make? Somebody lost their lives, and the first thing you want to do is say some ignorant shit like that.
Right.
And those family members, they're not looking at their family members as the lottery ticket like we was talking about earlier. Their family members gone. They want to see him succeed. They want to see what he could have become, or all of them, what they would have become. And you got ignorant people out there will say stuff like that, and they never think that it may happen to them. Something like this could happen to you and your loved one. So sometimes you got to think before you open your mouth. What you got on that, Tim Dolph? Be more careful.
It's just sad that a person's going to lose, a son, cousin, good friend, and they were from Maryland. Yeah. And for something senseless, not because they were out there, like we were saying earlier, doing something wrong. They were out celebrating. Like Matt Professor said, they were out doing the right things, and things went wrong for them. So what narrative are they going to try to use now when you have 3 young men who lost their lives and people already trying to, throw mud on their name, throw mud on the family? I mean, to me, that's just a remorseful person who really doesn't care about, their life. All they care about is the story.
Yeah.
And I really feel bad for this family because they were good kids.
Yeah, and the thing about it that I see is that, like Matt Professor said, man, they've been friends. They went to the same high school. They went back to their alumni, their high school. I guess to kick it and show the kids that, hey, I made it. We all play college football. You could do it as well. So they went to give back, and to lose their life the way that they lost their life, it's a sad situation. So my question, if y'all can see it at the bottom, do y'all think that the lady's going to face some type of repercussion, or you think she will get a slap on the wrist?
Oh, without question. No, without question. That's negligent homicide on 3 cases.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And I mean, reckless driving on top of negligent homicide. I mean, I'm sure she's remorseful.
Yeah.
But
negligent homicide, vehicular homicide. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make an example of her. Even with a plea deal, she's still not going to get a good deal.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just crazy, man, because we all been in those situations where I know I have, I can make it around this car, see the other car coming, not thinking that the other person, they probably try to speed up, because you know how we get. I'm not letting this person back in. You should never get your ass out there. You know what I'm saying? But this situation, man, it's just a sad situation. When I heard about it on Saturday, I was like, damn, man, a young brother gone, just like you say, Matt Professor, he got drafted in the 4th round, about to go to training camp, and you never know what the other 2 brothers are going to do. You never know. They could have been coaches, or they might have made the lead themselves, made a practice squad and be able to live their dream. But man,
one become an agent, one become a training, help them train, and the other one, a lawyer. Who knows?
Exactly, and the light went out too soon, and that's why I know Matt Professor, I know Tim Dog, I know y'all talk to a lot of young people. You got to tell them, man, you never know what life's going to give you. These guys was about to start their prime, their life, their career, and it's short, and that's why you got to be careful with the young guys, and us older guys too, because we get in certain situations, but these guys were doing it they're doing it the right way and live their life. Man, Professor, before we move on.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about it is, like I said, it's not like a case of the Raiders receiver whose name escapes me right now, who was speeding.
Oh, yeah, dude from Alabama.
Henry Suggs, not Suggs. I forget his name, but anyway, and another football player earlier this year, I think, played for
Kansas City.
Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs player,
that's
racing
right.
and injured people. I don't think anyone died in that one, but injured somebody badly racing. Like I said, these guys wasn't doing anything stupid like that. They were just on their way home.
Yeah. Tim Dog, man on the street. After every show, not every show, but most of the time, I always say, love the person you're next to, forgive that person, because you never know when your time may come. I always say that, and there's a reason for something like this, especially when it comes to your mother.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. Just you have to find that forgiveness, that empathy in your heart, so that you won't feel guilty about not doing it before something like this were to happen.